Vision. I talked a little bit earlier about business planning, and you'll see on these videos, I'll probably come back to business planning and have some shorter things about it, get into the granular piece of it, but you have to have vision. And I think, you talk about goals, that's definitely part of your vision. You talk about, your to-dos, your activities, that can also be part of your vision. But when you start out, people think about things, in starting a business that I want this. This is what I want to do. Some people think very small, and there's a place for both of them. But the overlying piece of all of it is really having a vision. And the vision could be, I want to hang out with my kids at Disney World twice a year. It's a great vision, but how am I going to get there? I want to retire when I'm 50. It's a great vision. How do you get there? I want to make sure that I have enough money to send my kids through school. I want to make sure that I have enough things that or enough money when I retire that I don't have to downgrade my lifestyle. Okay, it's a great vision. It's a little bit bigger than worrying about I need to get one piece of content done next week so that I can make $100 so that I could go out to eat. Now those are smaller things, but it's not a vision. I don't have a vision of going out to a nice dinner. A vision of retiring somewhere where I'm not worrying about my income. That's a vision. That's something that'll pull you through to make sure you get done that blog post or that video or make that extra phone call. The vision will pull you through. So the vision thing to me is really probably the biggest thing next to business planning, because if you don't have a vision of where you want to be, you have no roadmap. You can't work backwards from it. So let's just use a simple example. Your vision is retiring on a beach in Florida, and you want to be on the Gulf Coast side. And you want to play golf every day, and your wife and family or whatever your situation is, they want to do X, Y, and Z, and you found a spot. Let's just say it's on the Gulf Coast of Florida somewhere. And you're like, that's where I want to retire, and here's why. And I want to take a couple additional trips every year. I want to go to Europe, or I want to go to South America. And you start to kind of build a little bit. Maybe there's a dollar amount. Now, I don't know what that's going to cost in 10, 15, 5, 20 years. Who knows? But you start to get an idea of what that is, on what it could cost you and how you're going to plan it. But the vision isn't necessarily the money pieces. The vision is, what's it going to feel like when I can tell my son or daughter that your college tuition's paid, don't worry about what school that you want to go to wherever you want. Hey, I can pay for, your wedding when you're ready. Or we're going to retire here and we can pay for it in full and we're not going to have to worry about it. And by the way, that 3-week trip to Italy will be paid for. That's starting to plant the vision. The other thing is, I don't believe in just everything for you. And I don't think anybody should. You should have a purpose and a value that you add to the world. For some people it might be leaving a legacy, just something small, maybe with a charity, or having a charitable donation every year that they can make, or working with, like Habitat for Humanity, or going to Africa to dig wells. There's tons of different causes out there that, for everybody that's personal, but having that as part of your vision as well, so that when you come back to that vision and then you're sitting down doing a business plan, you have other things in mind. You're not just going, oh, I got to pay the mortgage and the car bill this month. Because that'll get you so far, when somebody is, you have to make payments on something, but it's never going to drive you through to the end result and the dreams and the visions that you might have. Those are more powerful, that you can pull on them. You can really start to utilize them to motivate yourself and build it into your business plan. So spend some time doing some vision work. Spend some time sitting down and writing out your goals. There's a couple of great things I used to do, and I still do, and I used to teach them how to write 100 things that you want to do in life. Take some energy. You think, oh, I can think of 100 things. Well, I challenge you. Think of 100 things you want to do in your life. And I would be willing to bet that when you get down to the end and there's 85, you're struggling to think. But what will be the unique thing that will happen when you start to put 85 through 100 together? Those last 15 are usually the ones that really, really resonate with your soul, because it's an exercise. They may not be. Maybe you can get to 200 things pretty easily. Well, do it. Keep going. Don't stop. The thing is, you got to build some vision. You got to have a vision, a 5-year plan, a 10-year plan, a 15-year plan, a 20-year plan, a 25-year plan, whatever the case may be. But make it not just for tomorrow. Make it a longer thing. It'll help you in your business planning.